All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, me, Matty D. We're here with another episode on the financial life. And today I'm going to talk about for me, what I've seen, the top 3 credit building mistakes, or their top 3 mistakes that people are making when it comes to having to build their credit up, repair it, fix it, whatever, what may have you, okay? And I see these a lot, and it's I don't know. It's interesting to me, and I've been doing this for a number of years, over 6 years. Actually, it's been over 6 years. Been, I would say, almost 12 years in, on and off. Won't go into that story right now, but I can relate to these mistakes and understand when I used to live with bad credit, not understand credit, and how that it's like trying to put the pieces of a puzzle together, and you're not having all the pieces. Or you think you have all the pieces, and all of a sudden it's revealed to you, oh, there's another piece, and you're like, wait, where does this piece go with the pieces that I have? And never really nailing it down and understanding what this thing is. And what happens is that when you don't know how credit works and you make these mistakes, it led to, at least for me, frustration with credit, a lack of self-esteem. It was like, my credit sucks, I'm financially broke, like, I just suck. So it really does affect your self-esteem and how you feel about yourself and your self-image. And you also think that you're a victim, that you can never make this work, it's just a scam, it's just used to keep you in debt. And that's not true. That is not true at all. Credit is a game, but what makes it challenging to play any game is that if you don't know the rules, it's hard to play the game. Well, I'm here to help you dispelling myths and let you know the rules of the game. And with these mistakes, avoid these mistakes. So this way, because I've seen these in Facebook groups recently, and I see the same question over and over again. If I do X, Y, and Z, is this going to affect my credit? Or I have this one score, is it terrible? Is it great? I'm looking at one bureau, and I'm like, there's still so much it's unknown. Also, why I talk about, and this is what keeps me going to pushing financial literacy to adults, children, so people understand this thing called credit and realize that it's a tool to be used. So, with that being said, here are the top 3 mistakes I've seen people make with their credit. I have some notes written down. So the first one that I've seen a lot, and these are not in any like particular order, like in terms of the most like this one mistake is the one that's made the most, and they're just as they are. So the one mistake I see is that people are using Credit Karma to help build their credit. I will not hammer on this very much or very long in this. I did a whole episode on this on the last episode I did one episode on this already. I go into why you should stop using Credit Karma. But basically, to keep it short and simple, the summary of it all is that, look, Credit Karma is only giving you 2 out of the 3 credit bureaus, Equifax and TransUnion. It's not giving you Experian. 2, it's not giving you a FICO score. It's giving you a Vantage credit score. And real quick, the difference between the two is this. Vantage credit scores tend to be inflated, meaning they could be 50 points higher, 100 points higher than your FICO scores. Also, only 10% of companies use Vantage credit scores in the United States. And then in the United States, 90% of the companies use FICO. So it's misleading, I guess on purpose. But also, it doesn't give you all the information tools you need to understand your credit in its entirety. You're getting 2/3 of the puzzle. And also, if you're having to dispute stuff on your credit report, it's not giving you the account numbers. You need to have that. So they don't tell you that part. And then if you dispute stuff online, it's just not worth it. Just don't do it. You waive your rights to sue the bureaus if they do something wrong. Then if it comes back verified, they don't tell you like why. So you can challenge it again, okay? So that's the first one out of 3. Number 2, and this goes back to the first one, not accessing all 3 credit reports. It's funny, I'll see posts on Facebook, stuff on Instagram, in real life, and people say, oh, I checked my credit score, it's great. And I'm like, okay, who are you using? I get my credit score from my bank. And it's like, well, which bureau are they using? And they don't even know. And it's like, oh, it's showing me Equifax. I'm like, is it showing you all 3? And I'm going to say this right now. You need to know all 3 credit bureaus, because if you're only getting information from one bureau, that's not your full credit picture. There's 3 different bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, Experian. They do not talk to each other. People have this think that like, oh, it must be the same for all 3. No, they are 3 separate privately owned companies that do not talk to each other, and they're all in competition with one another. And because of that, they will all have different information on there about you. So you need to get your report. You can get it for free. And now you can get your credit report for free once a week from annualcreditreport.com. Do that, okay? So you want to get Equifax, TransUnion, Experian. Look at your credit reports. And also, do not pay to get your score from the bureaus. You don't have to do that. The information will not be any different. It's just their way to make money off of you. That's all they care about is profit. That's all they care about, okay? So you need to have all three, and you'll see that in all three credit reports. Your information will be different. Not everyone is going to report to the same credit bureau. That's why you see some people only report to 1, to 2, to 3. So this makes sense, because when you go to apply for a home loan in this case, or whatever it is, not everyone pulls from one bureau or all three. So you need to know before you apply someplace, hey, which credit bureaus do you pull from? That way you can go back and look at the information on whichever bureau they pull from and say, all right, I have a shot at getting approved, or I don't. Know this. So that's second mistake. It's not getting all three and thinking that the one credit report that they have is going to be the one that's used for all or for whatever they apply for. Not true. Third mistake, okay? And this is a big one. And I understand why people make this mistake and why I just want to ask questions. It's simply not learning how credit works, or how your credit score grows or works or grows, whichever one, right? And that's what screws people. It's like, and I understand why this is, because in today's society in America, everything's instant this, instant that, find out this, find out that, blah, blah, blah. And credit is something you need to learn. And real quickly, not understanding how your score grows leads you to asking endless questions, being confused, and wondering why it goes up 1 month, why it drops, why you pay something off and it drops, why you pay something else and it goes up, or you don't pay something and it goes up. Not knowing it, you're just confused and in a maze that you just can't seem to get out of. Okay, so real quick, here's how your credit score grows. It's based on 5 components. Number 1, 35% is payment history. So yes, paying your bills on time. Number 2, 30% is credit utilization, meaning out of the available credit you have, how much are you using? Are you using very little, which is good, or above 30% or higher? That's not good. That's high utilization. That'll lower your credit score, okay? And yes, you do need to have credit cards. Some people make the mistake in not having any credit cards and closing them, and they wonder why they can't get approved for stuff, or why their scores stagnate. Because if all you have are installment loans, which are student loans, car notes, mortgages, so long as you're paying those on time, you get points for it. But once it's paid off, it's not adding any more to your score. So you need credit cards as revolving credit to continue to build your score and history. So this way, eventually, you can get into these 700s and 800s. Then 15% is number 3. Is 15% is length of credit history. This is why you need revolving credit. The older your accounts are, the longer they've been open for, the more points you get. That adds to your history, and that looks at looks at all the accounts you have open that you're currently building. It gives an average age. The older the age, the more points you get, and lenders like to see that. Okay. Number 4 is 10%. 10% is having a mix of credit, meaning how many accounts you have. Like, do you have some revolving credit? Do you have your rent being reported on your credit report? Do you have a mortgage? Do you have your cell phone payments, utility payments, streaming services, installment loan or 2? The more that you can show on your credit report, the better the mix. The more that you can demonstrate, the better your score is, the better you look to lenders, okay? And number 5, the last chunk, 10%, is also 10%, is new accounts or hard inquiries. And new accounts you have, you get points. Hard inquiries are very important. Do not think that they don't matter. You want to keep those to a minimum, because if you get too many, like I've seen people with 30 hard inquiries, 60. I've seen one person who had over 100. That makes you desperate. Lenders don't like that. And even if you're in the 700s, there are lenders, companies that will decline you if they deem you have too many hard inquiries. And for them, too many means more than 3. Not a joke, okay? So real quick, what are the mistakes? Again, using Credit Karma to help build your credit. Number 2, not accessing or getting all 3 credit reports. And 3, simply not learning how your how your credit score grows. Okay. The other thing I'll say too is that notice when I talked about the components of how your credit score grows, I did not say anything about paying collections and charge-offs. If you pay that stuff, your score will go nowhere. Now, if you're working with a mortgage lender, they want that paid off because underwriting doesn't want to see any unpaid debts, because if you get sued for it, they'll get the money and they're left out to dry. So that's why. But other than that, if you pay a collection or charge off or repo, whatever, foreclosure, it does not have your score whatsoever, okay? And I'll give a fourth bonus one real quick. This is a bonus mistake. Bonus mistake that people make is thinking that your credit only consists of a score and your counts. No, your credit score actually consists of the different tiers in your credit report. There's 4 different tiers: personal information, hard inquiries, your accounts, and public record. Those 4 tiers of your credit report contribute to your score. People will know this stuff because they think, oh, I have this negative account and that's my score. No. You need to know your report and look it over, see what personal information is there in the personal information section, what hard inquiries are yours or not, how many you have, obviously your accounts. Do you have stuff being reported in public record like bankruptcies, judgments, whatever the case may be? But these are all things you need to know. So that being said, this episode's done. I appreciate you for listening. If you appreciate this episode and like it, please follow, subscribe to it. And if you like further help with your credit, there will be a link here in the episode, link below, of a video that I made, a free video that'll show you how to get more deletions off your credit report. And it's from something that no one talks about, and believe it or not, it's something that the bureaus don't want you to know. Find out in that video in the link below here. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode, or I guess you'll see me in the next episode. All right, y'all. Peace.